Good morning, everybody. This is Bailey Cooper, and I would like to welcome you to Eric Lofholm's daily 15-minute motivational call. This call is better than a cup of coffee, and it's designed to help you start your day with a bang. And I would like to wish everybody happy holidays. And today is December 23rd, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to eliminate self-deception. And I just finished a really excellent book, and I'll encourage everyone to read it. It's by the Arbinger Institute, and it's Leadership and Self-Deception, and it's definitely one of my now top 5 favorite books. So along that train of thought, kind of where I've been going the last month, I just want to give you guys a quote by one of my favorite athletes that I've been following for years, Conor McGregor. He said that there's no talent here. This is hard work. This is an obsession. Talent does not exist. We're all equals as human beings. You can be anyone if you put in the time. You will reach the top, and that's that. I'm not talented. I'm obsessed. So I believe that it's very important to sit down and have an honest conversation with yourself about the type of life that you want to live, and where you want to lead yourself, and where you want to go, what goals that you want to accomplish, what things that will personally fulfill you, and that it's okay if you don't know. I mean, it's completely fine to not have a grasp on your 2017 goals. It's still December 23rd, but I think being in the proper mindset to sit down and look at your micro goals and your yearly goals just sets off the year on the right foot. And so understanding, I mean, this is the most important part, at least for me, is that everyone's notion of success is completely subjective. So my wife's notion of success is completely different than that of myself, and my employers and people that I consult. Everyone's notion is different. So having that mindset that your goals are going to be probably different than others. And to eliminate self-deception, and this has always been, maybe because I'm a guy, this has always been an issue with me growing up, is not being as hyper aware of how others perceive me. And this is something that I've made it a point to focus on and improve upon the last 18 months. That I read the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and that really helped me out. But being aware, learning that other people perceive you in a different way than maybe you perceive yourself, and being hyper aware of how they might feel. And so here's some steps to eliminate self-deception. Something that may help you, this helped me. I spent about 6 months ago, I got off social media for a good 3-4 weeks. And during that time frame, I accomplished a lot. I grew spiritually, emotionally with my family. I started exercising, and I started investing time back into reading books, and so staying away from social media. And then during that time, maybe write some emails to some trusted family members, or getting them together and asking them some key assets and liabilities that you have, so that you can be aware of where you need to improve, and also pat yourself on the back, and some things that you maybe need to grow. The next is, I would absolutely recommend everybody read the book Leadership and Self-Deception, Getting Out of the Box by the Arbinger Institute. This is a really great resource to this topic and understanding kind of the things that I'm talking about here. So I picked it up at the library and rented it for free, so it's definitely available. Next is to identify your purpose, your why, your clear, concise mental picture, your vision. All these things, I believe, is important to eliminate self-deception in your life and to stay on track. So setting short-term goals, I believe, is paramount to eliminating self-deception. And there's a lot of distractions that come across, especially with sports and social media and family commitments and all these things that happens in our life, having short-term goals, little micro goals to accomplish, weekly goals, daily goals, and then in long-term goals, the 2017 planning class, for example. These are ways to help you stay on track and not lose your focus of where you're heading. And this is very important to me, is communicating your vision with your family. So making sure that you guys are on the same page, that this was a challenge for me when I started waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning about 2 months ago. It was kind of a shock to my wife. She despised the alarm clock, so I started having to train myself to wake up and go to bed early. And so identifying, hey, I'm going to be waking up at 5 o'clock and working out and planning my day. So I apologize if I upset you, but I'll make it up for you by making breakfast, whatever. That helps me stay in alignment in my marriage. And a happy wife, they say, is a happy life. So this is another thing that maybe we neglect, and it's easy to have self-deception and stay in the box in your life and be so selfish and self-absorbed that you miss others around you. So one thing that I'd suggest is to do one random act of kindness every day. And don't tell anybody about it. Just make it a habit. You see a homeless guy, and you don't even have to give him a dollar bill. Maybe pulling over and talking to him, offering to buy them food, or volunteering somewhere, or giving back, finding somebody in need, and thinking of others, and trying to give so freely what was given to you. There's so many people that have activated success in your life that you may not be aware of. So just giving somebody a call and telling them thank you. Sharing that gratitude with your spouse or loved ones that have supported you through your goals and your visions is a random act of kindness. It's also a way to get out of the box and share with others how they've helped you, and that's very meaningful and impactful. Every now and then I get those calls from people that I've mentored over the years, and it really means the world to me. So, I mean, I was telling you guys about this book. The gist of it is, when you're in the box and you make decisions in the box, you don't make any headway. You don't lead others. It doesn't have much impact. It's kind of like the book Power versus Force. If you read it, it's a great book. But people are more motivated to help you and follow you if they feel like your motives are pure and you actually care about them. So the way to get out of the box is basically to stop fighting, to stop resisting change in the world about you, and just to go with the flow and find ways to not be so controlling and and to manifest others' destiny, just focusing on your purpose and your goals, and knowing that others have the same thing. So just kind of a few thoughts that I'll leave you guys with. Don't chase your goal just because of the validation that you might get from other people. And just know that it's completely okay, and that if you don't know what it is, that's fine. Maybe set short-term goals, timetables. For me, in 2017, I had a goal this year to finish my book. I'm not there, and with my commitments that I have set up, it doesn't look like that I'll have it finished. So I'm moving that over to next year's goal, and I'm going to set it to finish it by the end of Q1. And then on top of that book, I've just started developing a really deep purpose in identifying what I want to be when I grow up, what I want to do. And most of you on this call are probably already there. I'm 33 years old. I'm just getting there. So if you know it, that's great. But don't go after these goals just because maybe somebody else wants you to be there. Like your dad wants you to be a lawyer, but you want to be a veterinarian, whatever. I mean, that's a small example, but if you're 10 years as a lawyer, but you're still, that little kid inside of you is telling you that you want to be a veterinarian, well, maybe there's something to it, and maybe you need to research if it's worth your time to go after that dream, because you might find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose if that's what you're actually doing. And again, definitely, don't be so self-absorbed about achieving your goals. And think about the sacrifices that those around you are currently making or have made, and definitely share that gratitude with them. I believe that if I advance and progress just 1% every day, by reading books, listening to seminars, eating healthy, exercising, praying, meditating, finding altruistic ways to give back to others, just 1% a day, that I'll be 3 times a better person in a year than I was this time right now. So you don't have to change overnight, but gradual change, slow and steady wins the race. So I hope this call helped you guys find ways to invest in yourself, invest in others, and grow just a little bit each day by eliminating self-deception. We got Christmas around the corner. This is a really great opportunity for service. I've got some family that really gets on my nerves that I'm going to be spending a lot of time with this weekend. And I'm going to focus on what I can bring to the table instead of what I can take from it. I'm going to be focused on making my kids feel like, they're special and watching them open presents. And I'm not really expecting receiving any gifts. So when you give something and you don't expect anything in return, that's a true blessing. So I hope you guys got something from this call. Sorry that I was late getting on here, but I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys next Friday. Talk to you later and have a great weekend.